Welcome to the podcast of disaster. I'm your host, JCR1216, and joining me is that big rift over there. What's that note on the floor? Oh, it's to go see shipping universes. This is gonna end really well for me, I hope. Oh, it's pink and blue, so I'm guessing it's gonna be Sonamy. I'm gonna go jump in there. Whoopee! Oh my god, look, it's Sonic and Amy.
Hello? Do we know you?
Not yet.
Oh,
All right. Um, is there something we can help you with?
I have some questions on a Google form I would like to ask you to, due to that big rift you see over there.
Well, it kind of caught us right before we were going to go on a date, but I guess I can get us there in nothing flat if you don't mind, Amy.
yeah, I don't mind at all.
All right, well, lay it on us then.
Okay, this is really happening. I hope to God that Twitter doesn't find this.
Really? They're always so kind in the takeovers.
Yeah, you sweet summer child.
Look, I just don't like to clog myself with social media. I don't want it to weigh me down.
Please teach me
I've
your
seen
ways.
some social media stuff. I've seen some social media stuff I wish I could. I would not have seen ever.
And that's why I tell you to stick to books.
I like pictures.
We have our first question from Good Kush, and it's to you, Sonic. What took you so long to What took you so long to realize that she was the one?
Well, I mean, when you've got Dr. Robotnik doing everything that he does every other week, you don't really have time to slow down and think about your feelings. I can't really take Amy out on a date if I have to stop Dark Gaia from tearing the planet apart or save her from cyberspace. I can't really take her out on a date if she's a weird digital ghost, can I?
I guess that's true. This next question is from Burst is Mildly Okay. Sonic, have you finally admit you should have been running with your feelings instead of away from them?
Hey, like I said in the previous question, I didn't have time to think about them. I was never running away from my feelings. I didn't even know they were there. The only reason I know they're there now is because I have the time to look at them. So I don't think that's a fair assumption for you to make, Mr. Burst is mildly okay. And why is it only mildly okay? Shouldn't you be working on that to make it even more okay?
Here we go. This question comes from page 153 on Twitter. Sonic, did you always deep down like Amy when she had a crush on you?
I mean, well, you see, that's a pretty interesting question. It's kind of a bit complicated.
I read somewhere that you've always had a crush on me and that you were just too shy to talk about it.
Well, hey, now come on, that's not fair. I can't really confess to you when I'm clobbering Egghead all the time. There's no time for us to establish anything.
This question is from Anonymous. Sonic, what do you like most about Amy?
Well, if we're going off what I like most about her today, it's that she always remembers to give me the freedom that I need so I don't feel trapped by what we have and still feel independent enough to be my own person because she understands how important that is to me, and I really respect her for coming to terms with it.
Wait a minute. Did you just say what I like about her today?
Uh, yeah, isn't that the entire point of us being together, that I like you?
Well, yeah, but today, didn't you like me before?
I did, but when you were so all over the top on me all the time, I felt a bit trapped and it made me a bit hesitant. So when you started chilling out, like, when the Lost Hex happened and you weren't constantly getting all over me, it made me able to breathe a bit more and it allowed me to open up how I felt a little bit more, which is why I appreciated it so much.
I see.
This question is also from Anonymous. Sonic, tell us the truth. How do you feel about Amy?
I feel very strongly about Amy. She is one of the people that I've known for the longest. I mean, I met her just before I met Tails. She was basically the first person I ever really came across that wasn't Dr. Robotnik or Eggface or whatever he was called back then. And she's always been there for me no matter what, even if being there for me is a little too close for comfort sometimes. So I would say how I feel is, well, what more can I say other than a whole lot of love?
Aw, Sonic, I feel flattered.
All right, stop. I'm good. I'm not good at this.
This question's from Anonymous. Who is your favorite kaiju from the Godzilla franchise besides the Monster King himself?
Well, for me, it definitely has to be Mothra because Kong and Godzilla, they're both bound to the land and they just kind of box it out. But, with Mothra, you've got wings, and I always thought the practical effects in the retro Godzilla movies were always really cool, the way it like bits of stuff and everything like that.
Sonic, you're such a nerd.
Hey, you can't blame me if I like to read and, sit down with a good book and maybe a good movie once in a while.
Hey, I like to read as well, and I'm not as much as a nerd as you are.
You read comic books. They have more pictures and words in them. You're basically reading a slideshow.
I can't concentrate without the pictures, okay?
Oh my, what a case.
Next question is from Anonymous. If Sonic gifted Amy a brownie and or chocolate, how would she react?
Well, I did that last week, so why don't you tell them how you reacted then?
Well, I was really flattered. Sonic hadn't really gifted me anything before.
Well,
And
Sonic,
that makes it more special. Look, if I don't do it as often, it makes it more special because that means I really thought that it was deserved and it was a moment that we could share together that could be more special than if I did it every day. Because if you do something every day, it just becomes normal and that takes away what's special about it. So if I space it out and make sure it's only happening when I really feel it's right, then that keeps what's special about it.
oh my God, you think so highly of yourself.
Well, I'm sorry. Did you save the world 20 times over before you even became an adult?
True that. 3, 2, 1. This question is from Anonymous. Did you guys watch any movies on your first date? And if so, what movie did you watch?
No, can you take this one? On our first date, we didn't watch a movie on our first date, but we had a date where we watched a movie, and it was Cow in Space.
Yeah, it was the new one in the installment when you found out that the hero Chow's father is actually the Dark Chow.
That shocked me, really. That really shocked me.
Are you kidding me? I could see it coming from a mile away. Everything was laid out in all the previous ones.
I don't really care.
Yeah, those graphic novels are really giving you some media literacy, huh?
Oh, well.
Hey guys.
Hey,
Hey,
look at
guys.
Silver.
Hey,
Silver, what are you-
I just got back from the future, man, and yeah, stuff is it's not looking too good. That's all I can say right now.
Oh my God, what happened?
Well, it's like if I say what it is exactly, something else bad is gonna happen. But basically, for some reason, Eggman became an emperor. For some reason,
Oh.
I don't know why, but he became an emperor, and now there's like millions of clones of Metal Sonics flying around the place and other badniks and stuff, and just
Oh, come
something
on,
else to
man.
deal with.
If you can beat one Metal Sonic, you can beat them all. Just, go over there and give them what for. You got this, man.
I know, but it's like I destroyed about 5,000 of them. It's like they just respawn. I don't know where they're coming from, but some of these are not even like blue. Some of these are like green. Some of them are red. Some of them are like turquoise. There was even a golden
Oh.
yellow, actually.
Well, you just got to remember, I am the often imitated, never replicated, and the only way to beat a Metal Sonic is to be faster than him.
Sonic, what are you trying to say? Seriously, man, what are you trying to say here?
I'm saying you got to learn to keep up, otherwise they'll leave you in the dust. It is meant to be a replication of me, after all.
Keep up. Okay, man. Okay, if you say so, Sonic. Listen, man, get your stuff together. Kick Eggman's butt, okay? That's all I can tell you.
Shut up.
I do
We're
that
having a
every
moment right
other
now.
week. And yeah, we got this questionnaire from this guy. I mean,
Oh, really?
yeah, he kind of interrupted something, but I'm sure you got whatever it is you got going on. I mean, you're a hero in your own right now, man.
Okay, I'm gonna go see if like Whisper could like travel to the future. You know what? I'm gonna go find Blaze or something. I will see you guys later. Yeah.
Good luck,
I'll
Silver.
run to her.
See ya, Silver. This question is from Anonymous. How would others react to your newfound romantic relationship?
Well, about half of the group kind of just said, "Oh my God, finally! We were wondering when you two were gonna finally get together." And they said stuff like, "It was so obvious that you two had feelings for each other. We just we're waiting for it to happen.
The other half were like, wait, weren't you guys already dating? And this was totally not because I have already told them before we were dating that we were dating.
You did what now? I get that you were my self-proclaimed girlfriend, but that doesn't mean it's true, and or it was true, and now now it is true, and like you can't just tell people that.
Well, it doesn't matter now. We're dating.
I guess.
I'm so sorry if that sounded rude.
No, you're fine.
This one is from totally anonymous and not Fern. Who would you want to go on a double date with, and what would you guys do on it, and how would it go?
Oh, that is absolutely easy for me to answer. I would want to go on a double date, me and Amy with Shadow and Rouge, because I know that Rouge finds it a little bit weird that Shadow only has coffee, and I need to see that happening in real time while I'm chowing down chili dogs and Amy's maybe having some strawberry shortcake and Rouge is having whatever high society stuff she wants. And then you've just got Shadow with nothing but a lonesome cup of coffee at whatever cafe or restaurant we're at.
Well, I had my answer planned for this question before. I was gonna say I would have loved to have a double date with Blaze and Silver, but then Silver had to get his butt in here and interrupt me while I was talking with my beloved Sonic about one of our first dates.
You know, part of me, part of me wants to like kind of say something about that, but like, you're kind of right. It was rude of me to like pop up like that, and I do apologize about that, Amy, but I mean, that would be cool. I'm not opposed to it, like a double date, you and Amy, you and Sonic, me and Blaze, that would be fun. I think it would be two powerful couples at one time, if that makes sense, because some fans just can't handle the truth.
Where did you come from?
Oh, I was in that bush over there. It was
Yeah,
very
I could kind of see your quills sticking up out of it, dude. You might want to pick some better hiding spots.
Oh man. Oh man. Crap.
Hey, language.
Yeah, I'm gonna need
But to
better.
answer the question of who would I have gone on a double date, I would like to say that I would really like to go on a double date with Whisper and Tangle. I think their relationship.
Yeah.
I think their relationship is really fun, and I would really like to see how that would turn out.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see Whisper, kind of stepping out into more social situations, more to help expand her horizons a little bit, since even today she's still, quite quiet and reserved. And I think she just kind of needs to push herself out a little bit more.
This question is from anonymous. What kind of workouts do they do, and would they do bodybuilding together?
So I don't actually do any bodybuilding. It's all cardio for me. I've got to keep my speed up, and if I'm building up these huge muscles, they're going to weigh me down. They're going to stop me from being at my tippy top best, keeping myself all aerodynamic.
I usually do some arm building and really like to box by myself. I usually use food as a kind of like something to make me more inspired to be healthy. I usually put a picture of my favorite food at the time in a punching bag and start punching it like, no, you can't eat that right now. And at the end of it, this is kind of embarrassing to admit, but I usually reward myself by actually eating that food.
Yeah, like anytime we get out of the gym, she's immediately running down to the ice cream truck.
I just love ice cream, especially vanilla.
We know.
This question is from anonymous. Are we going to see a smooch?
Absolutely not. You're not going to have any cameras. You're not having a video. Mine and Amy's smooching business is ours only.
Aw, but I wanted a kiss.
And she'll get one when we get back to my place.
You don't have a place.
Then we'll go to yours then. Don't play semantics with me.
This question is from anonymous. How hard does Amy hug Sonic?
Way too hard. I don't know if any of you were there, but back when like Dark Gaia was a thing and she would come over and just give me these massive squeezes, I swear, it's super tight.
Come on, hug you that hard.
When we met this morning, you hugged me so tight I couldn't walk or run for like 20 minutes. It's the slowest I've ever been in my life.
Oh my God.
This question is from Anonymous. How does it feel to be a couple?
Honestly, it doesn't really feel like much has changed between us, except for her 3 dates a week mandate that she has on me.
Oh, Sonic, you don't know how happy I've been since we started dating.
Oh, trust me, I have. You are not subtle when it comes to that, Amy. Not at all.
This question is from Anonymous. How do you feel about any other ship that involves you that isn't Sonamy?
Well, first of all, there's a lot of anonymous. I mean, I guess being anonymous on the internet is more important than ever these days. But on the question, like I said earlier, when I said I didn't really have time to explore how I felt about Amy, she was the only one who kind of made it apparent to me that she had feelings. So I didn't even have time to think about those, let alone anyone else's. I mean, I know people like to say, will they, won't they, with me and Blaze. But like I said, the first thing that we did was fight. We nearly, beat each other up over the Chaos and Soul Emeralds before we teamed up. I'm not exactly looking to, mooch around with someone who tried to kill me. So, like I said, I don't really know. I haven't had time to think about it. And I don't really want to now that I'm in a happy relationship with her.
Me, personally, I've seen a lot of people online shipping me Me, personally, I've seen some people online shipping me with Shadow. I don't like Shadow like that. Why would they think something like that?
Yeah, you guys are like meant to be super close friends, right? Like that concert for Hot Honey that you went to.
Yeah, but that's just friends thing.
Exactly.
I don't like Shadow like that.
Exactly. Like you can be friends with someone of, the other side. Like how me and Blaze, we sometimes meet up once a month to do reading.
Oh, you do know.
Yeah, like we just sit down, we pick out a book, and we both read it and say our thoughts on it.
I actually do have one final question, and it's from Pokerus, and it was to see how I would write Sonamy in canon. But since I have you two right here, how do you guys feel about your relationship?
Well,
I feel great. I haven't been this happier ever in my life.
Well, when you say write Sonamy into canon, like, do you mean how we got together?
Yeah, how did you guys canonically? Well, I guess in some in your reality. How did you guys reality get into canon? Or
Well, there wasn't really any confession. It was kind of just a mutual building of understanding and respect that just kind of naturally took its course until we both felt like it was the right thing to call it as a relationship.
how was that first kiss? Like,
I have no comment.
Amy, do you have a
Oh, I
comment?
kissed him first. I kissed him first. He was
I mean,
hesitant at first, but then he started. Then he started reciprocating it, and I was so happy. I almost fainted.
yeah, you kissed me first. In other words, Eggman's up to no good. Like, I think anyone could have seen that one coming.
Well, I believe that wraps it up for me over in this universe. Thank you again for coming out and saying hi, for letting me say hi.
Well, of course. I mean, we still got 30 seconds before we got to be at our reservation. So if you don't mind me, I've got some speed to get going.
Well, if you enjoyed this
Wait for me.
Well, if you enjoyed this episode of the podcast of Disaster Shipping, get ready for at the end of February where we do Shadow X Amy.
Wait, what?
No more talking. Goodbye.
I didn't agree to any of this.
Well, too bad. It's a different universe. Bye-bye.